You should still be buying Prismatic Evolutions as much as you possibly can, even with all the reprints. The reprints actually help you get more of it at MSRP, so keep trying to buy it if you can. Now, I do want to say, you don't need to scalp it, so you don't need to buy everything at restocks if places even allow you to do that anymore. I know a lot of them have limits, but I don't think Walmart does. But I say this because Prismatic is really the king of all Pokemon sets right now. Still is a couple months after release, or actually over 3 months post-release. So we're kind of doing a 3-month update here, but I'm also going to explain why Prismatic needs to be bought as much as you possibly can. So starting off, we'll just start with the prices. The Umbreon's still going strong at $1,400. You got a $500 card, a $450 card, $420, $385. The top 5 right now is almost more than every single top card in all the other sets. I mean, I think only the Pikachu and maybe Greninja is above Vaporeon here at a 385. Maybe that's, and then I don't remember what Charizard at 151's at right now, but those are the only ones above that. There's 5 cards in this set above every other chase card in all the other sets. So that's something right there. And then you take the top 10, and I saw a graphic, I don't remember where, but it was like comparing the top 10 prices of these cards to other sets, and Prismatic was like 4 times the value when it comes to top 10. And 4 times the value is a lot of reprints that are going to have to happen to even somehow manage to bring that back down. And I doubt Pokemon has the ability to print that much of it, especially with new sets coming out that people also want. I also saw something like the top 10 here is over like $5,000 of worth, or the top 20 cards adds up to like $5,000 or some crazy number like that. I didn't fact check it, but still, that is absurd. And here's the Umbreon. Looks like you can buy it at $1,350. Maybe a few others lower than that, like $1,300 on the dot. Well, that's a PSA 8 at $1,300. Not a lot of sales volume on the card, but can you blame it? This is probably a little bit broken here. I think there's probably some people buying it, but maybe not. Maybe there's this few of them actually selling at this moment in time. But I feel like this is broken. I think more than 5 total have sold. Still, this debuted around like $1,800, and after 3 months, only drop it to $1,400. I think that's a huge sign. I was saying like maybe gets down to 1,000, but only 1,400 right now is a pretty big sign of where Prismatic is at and how many people actually want this. I mean, we knew a ton of people wanted it. It's not a surprise, but I thought 1,800 was really, really inflated, and it still might be pretty inflated. But only going down to 1,400, that's pretty big. Then Sylveon here. Yeah, there's a lot more Sylveon selling. 546 market price. Looks like you might... I mean, there's not a lot of listings, honestly, so it's tough to tell. Sometimes there's low listings, but $546 for the Sylveon, and then you're looking at $400 for Leafeon, and it's actually gone up past 3 months since... It's really gone up since release, huh? That's crazy. Only 30 listings. Some of those are in Japanese as well. PSA 8. So this market price may be a little bit off. Like, this is saying $350 for Espeon here, and there's a lightly played one for only $300. So 35 listings, and then Vaporeon damage for $200. Market. Yeah, some of these are broken. Some of these graphs. So we can't use that to our advantage here. This just proves that this set is so strong, and you should still be buying it, even with, even at secondhand market prices. What am I trying to say? The secondary market, you should still even be paying this if you can. But obviously, if you can find it at MSRP, definitely pick it up, no matter what product it is. But you're looking at all of these prices here of these cards, and remember, there's like freaking 15 others worth $100 or more, and an ETB is only $133. And apparently reprints have already been going out of ETBs, and it's not affected this one bit. Not a single bit. So I just look at the value in this, and they're going to have to print it so much to actually bring these cards down a significant amount. And for $140, there's so much value inside of it. This is by far the best purchase you can make. MSRP for sure, but secondary market right now with everything else inflated, 1,000% the best purchase you can make. And You know, maybe ETBs aren't the way to go because ETBs have been like the confirmed thing to be reprinted. Maybe binder collections are more the solid pickup, at least performance-wise. If they're not printed as much, they might become a little bit rarer to sell than Elite Trainer boxes. Booster bundles, I'm not a big fan of because we have seen booster bundles get reprinted a ton. I mean, 151 booster bundles just got restocked on the Pokemon Center website a week ago. Paladin Fates is getting restocked every week in Walmarts for the booster bundles, but not really ETBs or these binder collections. And with 151, a lot of it is, at least in person, it's like Zapdos boxes, maybe some poster collections. Here's the poster collections, $36. They haven't moved too much, honestly. I mean, they got to like 40 or something before release there, and then dropped to 30, and they've been chilling around 30 since then. And I like the posters if you can find them at MSRP. If you're going to buy something at the secondary market here, just go ahead and get yourself some binder collections or some ETBs. But there is other stuff too. Got the surprise boxes at 80. They're down 26% the past 3 months, but it's because they got stupidly expensive before release there at pre-sale prices. And then, yeah, you could say this is a crash, but I still think this is a pretty solid price for them at 80 when they're like 24 bucks MSRP. So that might be good pickups because I'm not sure how often these things will be reprinted. And then you have the Mini Tin displays here. They don't sell as often as some of these other items. What was this data looking like? Yeah, the surprise boxes, I mean, that sells a 6-month time period. Daily, it sells okay. And then this one, it's about the same really daily when it comes to these, maybe a couple more for the displays. I mean, that's the full display, and I bet there's a lot of people just buying the individual tins too. For 207, I like this one. I remember I bought one of these displays like before release, and I ended up overpaying. I bought it for like 240, so I'm still hurting on that one, but it is what it is. I only bought one of them, but 207, not a bad price for those. You end up with, what is it, 16 packs, 2 packs in each, 8 tins. Yeah, not bad, not a bad set there. It's like double the packs of an ETB, and it's cheaper than 2 ETBs by a good margin, honestly. So like, don't even let these prices fool you. I mean, yeah, they're expensive, but they're expensive because for good reason. All these cards are still holding extremely strong, and I only had the top 5 there, but you still have multiple other evolutions here: Glaceon, Jolteon, Flareon. This Roaring Moo card is actually so sick, and I'm glad it's this expensive because I think it's definitely deserving of it. This Roaring Moon card is beautiful in my opinion. Man, all the sales data on these cards is broken. Market says 170 recent sale, 200 lightly played, listed for 180 here. Decent amount of listings on them, and yeah, there's still plenty of other cards. You got the Eevee, SIR, Ceruledge, Dragapult. All of these are cool. And then, of course, you have the Master Balls in this set as well. There's so many good cards. I mean, do all of these deserve to be over $100? I don't know. Like, if you compare this to the market a year ago, they're probably not, to be honest. But still, if this was compared a year ago, this set would by far be the top of the list for everything. Maybe the prices wouldn't really reflect it just because the demand wasn't as high. But this set would definitely still be above it. Like, Journey Together is the opposite. It's way too inflated. This one, I don't know if this is inflation or not. I think this is pure demand, and that's why you should be picking this up as much as you possibly can. And honestly, I bought a lot of some One Piece TCG this month, so I'm kind of holding back on some of my Pokemon buying until the next month just to calm myself down a little bit. But if as long as these don't go crazy in the next couple weeks and they stay around the same price, I'm probably gonna grab maybe a couple of these binder collections, maybe another ETB if I can find one like low 130s, and then we'll see if I come across any deals here. But I do want to pick up a little bit more Prismatic here soon and maybe catch some in person. I doubt I can though. It still seems like a ghost whenever you go out in person to find Prismatic. That's basically all to say is, like, don't worry about the restocks because Prismatic's holding strong. And if you're in it for the long haul, Prismatic will be the greatest investment ever when it comes to Pokemon. Unless they just continue to print it and print it and print it for the next 20 years. Which, hell, they might do just because the set is so sought after. But still, I've said this since the beginning, whatever they reprint is just going to be bought up instantly. There's still a lot of people that have not touched this set or gotten to open it because they refuse to buy on the secondary market and can't find it in store. So there's a ton of people that still want this and still want to open it and just haven't even got the chance yet. And it's been 3 months. That is my thoughts on Prismatic right now. Big time buy area for it. There's not a lot of stuff you should be buying in this kind of market with Pokemon, but Prismatic is a buy. This stuff, especially the sealed stuff, is way too cheap for the prices of these cards. I mean, the pull rates are hard, yes, but still, I think there's a clear discrepancy here of some of these prices compared to how much value is actually in the set.